Okay. Okay, what happened? Well, I didn't need him. What? Yes, I. Okay. Um, Here it is. Nope. Nope. It's not doing anything. Hmm. Hmm. What about up here? What about this? Minimum. Ah, here it is. No one. is that? It was over here. Disable what? This. Disable. Yeah, maybe general. Turn off. What is this? Meeting room. Hmm. Hey, Fred.
Hello.
Hi there.
Okay. Trying to get this set up.
Okay.
Never used this one before.
Oh,
It's me. This works. The heck? This. Sorry. Okay.
you're getting closer. Ah, it's off.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave, you said.
It won't stay there, though.
Won't stay there.
There we go.
You found him.
A little sideways. Who else is coming? Gail?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back in a second.
Sure.
Okay, unmute. Start video. I'm back.
Yes. I'm gonna call Gail.
Okay. This could be fun.
Hey, Gail. Are you tuning in? Excuse me? Oh, yeah. You get the Zoom, join a meeting, and I can give you the meeting ID and the password. It's also on the calendar. Oh, where was that? Did you send it at work or here? Home, okay. Well, let's see, I can email you that information right now. Okay, bye. Okay.
Ah. It's lopsided. Still lopsided. There we go. That's better. Maybe. Good enough. Do we have an agenda?
Yeah, just a second. I got to type her the things. 863, 863, 54, send. Okay, take that down. All right. She didn't have the password and the meeting ID because people don't get it that they can go to the calendar and get it. And she's not the
Right.
only one, and this is a problem. Communicating is an enormous problem right now.
Always, yeah. Yeah, I get the email from town government.
Yeah,
So,
and I thought certainly people on the web committee would do that, but I was wrong. So anyways, so she emailed me at work. I'm not at work.
I
Actually, I
see.
can't do it at work because I don't have a microphone or a camera on that computer.
Oh, okay.
And actually, that's not uncommon problem. So I came home to do this. So, so the agenda is list problems with the website that we need to address. And then identify the expertise we have to manage the town website. And then identify resources we need to manage the website and whatever next steps we want to do. I totally
Okay.
forgot about minutes because that seems
Who
like an
remembers?
old world concern. A new world concern.
I don't even remember the last meeting, so.
I don't know. Have you heard anything from Jamie?
No, I have not. Just his last email about being busy and
Right.
possibly sick. Yeah.
Yeah, possibly his mother's sick.
Right.
Everybody there okay? In your
Yeah,
house?
we're all fine.
Mhm.
Nothing happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay. It's just emotionally, it's pretty draining.
Yeah.
And,
We drove by your house last week.
Uh-huh.
We
Yeah,
went for
nice walks out here.
yeah, we went for a hike on the, what is it, trail there? Not Robert Frost, the New England Trail or something?
Oh, yeah, M&M Trail.
Yeah, just past your house.
Yeah. And then Donald Fletcher, my neighbor, made a loop it's a circle that uses the intersection as the center of it, but it's out in the woods. And it's a really pretty walk. So there's 4 quadrants. And so sometime if you want, I can show you those. They're nice wood walks.
Nice. I'll blow my nose. Ah. Let's see.
Now, this is the quorum. Where is she? Oh, do I need to? No.
I don't think
I
you can
don't
do
know where
anything.
she is. This Zoom platform really wasn't built for what people are using it for, so there's all sorts of glitchy things. The way it records stuff can be problematic.
Oh, what does it do different when you record it?
Well, so they recorded the select board meeting and the executive session was recorded, which I don't know whose problem that was. But then when they looked in the files to send out a recording of a different meeting, somehow the executive session was in that file. So it's like, no. So it's people are trying to learn things on the fly, and
Right.
the company has had to change things so they can increase security. So last night, the FinCom meeting, they got a prompt saying, what's the host key? Well, nobody knew anything about a host key. I didn't know anything about it. So I went to work today and found out in my profile where the host key is. But when I logged on to today's meeting, it didn't ask me for a host key. So unfortunately, when I try to deconstruct what happened, you probably run into this consulting with computers. People can't remember what they did.
Right.
They did this. It's like, well, but I'm not sure that's what happened.
The only way to fix it is if you can make it do it again, so.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. So maybe I should go try to find Gail again.
Okay.
See if she sent me an email.
Oh, so you are recording this, it says.
Yep, we're recording. This. Oh, I have to send her an invitation to the meeting?
I didn't need one. I just needed the number.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let me see. An invitation. This is why this drives me crazy. Gmail. No,
I don't know.
I don't think that's what I did. Oh, stop. Oh, stop. I'll call her on the friggin' phone. I can't do this.
That didn't work.
So did you go to zoom.us, join a meeting, and then it asks you for the meeting ID, and then it asks for the password. Our experience is that it doesn't use the URL. It uses the two pieces of information I sent you, the meeting ID and the password. Bye.
Is zoom.us the same as zoom.com?
I don't know. I think if you Googled Zoom, it would put you to the right place. But when I was calling it zoom.com, somebody corrected me and said it's zoom.us.
Oh, I went to zoom.com. I think they end up at the same place.
I think so too. And that's the kind of problem with language and their language and the instruction languages and all this. It's just, and the town has had to figure it out. We have 4 different hosts, I think, 4 or 6, I can't remember. Because you need accounts that can respond to having the same time. So you need different accounts. And so trying to keep up with all the accounts doesn't work very well for me.
Mm-hmm.
She could just phone in. She could also call me back.
Did she say? Did she say what device she's using?
I know I didn't get that far.
I don't know. It seemed to work fine for me, so we'll see.
I know.
You can also do it on your phone.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I haven't been telling the host to go ahead and invite each person. That's not going to work as a system.
Yeah, usually you just need the ID and then password if there is one. And
right.
A few other ones I did, they had no password, so it was even easier.
So when somebody phones in, I have no idea what happens. I give them the phone number, then they probably punch in the meeting ID, and then they appear on this screen as a phone emblem. Is that what happens?
I think so. Don't really know. Yeah, they won't have any video.
But they will be able to talk on a talk, right?
Yes.
We might go with that.
Yeah, that would be even simpler, I assume.
It flips to which? So, and does it go to a place up on the menu bar saying, join a meeting? Yeah. Mhm. So sometimes people have had to do updates, but the other way you could join this meeting is by a phone number. Do you want to try that? Okay, so it'll still need the meeting ID once you phone in. So here's the phone number. Mhm. It's 1-646-558-8656. No, I don't know. I've never phoned in. I believe you probably have to punch it in. I haven't listened to that prompt into your phone. Well, that's what I was saying. Do you want to phone in to this meeting? No, I don't think so. Just a telephone. Okay, yep, bye. Oh, well.
What's she gonna try?
He's gonna try the phone. But people are so fried right now. When I say, you want to phone in, she said she was gonna use her iPad. I said, well, I don't know. I said, I just meant a telephone. She said, but you have to have a smartphone. I said, no, a telephone.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so let's see what happens.
Yeah, the only other one of these official one I did was the Friends of the Library. And if I remember correctly, Dan called in on his phone.
Right.
Over there, right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I was hoping to dodge having to host anything. I would just have to be the person at the town clerk's office that told her, hey, there she
Ah,
is. Okay, let's see. Do you think I have to click this little phone emblem?
well, it says her phone is muted, so I don't know how to unmute it.
Let me try unmute. Yes,
I'm unmuted. Okay.
there you
So
are. Okay.
What, you can see me?
We can see you. You look like a little telephone.
Ah.
And
Mrs. Potato Head.
and did your what did you just punch? You punched in the phone number and then punched in the ID?
Yep.
Okay. So I never.
There's the meeting ID, then personal identifier. I passed on that, and then the password.
Okay. Good. All right. Here we are.
Here we are.
So the agenda is to start off, we're going to list the problems with the website that we need to address that we've run into.
Okay.
So I have some in my book that we've run into.
Okay.
And we don't have to answer them right now. I just want to sort of give the way things are having, or the places it's having trouble. So today, I tried to edit the homepage version of the trash bag update. and so I go to the home page. I'm logged in. I go to the home page. I go to the item. I click on the orange title, and then it lets me choose to edit that. And I edited it. And then I published it, saved at the bottom, so it's published. And when I go back to the home page, my edit doesn't show up in the part that's showing. But if I go down below the link to the recycling committee and have click on read more, that's where the edit's showing up. So this is a new problem because I've edited the home page and my page a lot. This has not ever happened to me before, where whatever I edited doesn't show up on the screen unless you happen to do the read more part.
This is one of my big beefs against these info resource pages, because changing it there is not enough. You have to go into the summary and edit the summary.
But yeah, so I figured you had done something like that. I've never had that problem. I have edited these without doing that. So so editing the summary on info pages is a problem-ish.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
is the summary what's displayed?
No, the summary's captured. As Jamie explained it some time ago, if you put something in the info page, there's a limit on how much text it can handle. That's how we found out that bullet was missing from the trash things, recycling things. But if you type it all into the summary, apparently there's no limit.
Oh, okay.
So what I was thinking is that the way I've learned to post on the home page, which is a pretty active page, I don't have that problem. So maybe we need to not have other people edit the home page.
By cotton picking hands off is what you're saying.
Well, I'm just thinking it's everybody. Like right now, I feel like the web has to function highly because it's the only way we're trying to get information out. So it's not that I understand the system. I don't, but I can make it work. And so that's what I'm thinking. We need to not have other people edit the home page. They can edit their own page.
Okay.
And so that might keep it from us from getting in a jam. And so I will go in tomorrow and try to edit the summary. I thought I might have done that today, but I probably didn't. And then
would you object to take that on this afternoon?
Do I want to take it on this afternoon?
Would you object to my trying to take it on this afternoon?
Yes, I guess I don't want to have, I just want to narrow down the exposure to the web to different,
Fair enough.
You know, just because we don't have Jamie in the background to change things up.
Right.
So I will do that. I mean, the information is there if people click on the read more. And I can probably do it tomorrow. So that's.
I have a technical item that might be related to this. And on a couple times, I don't remember what I was doing, but you make a change and it doesn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cache, so the system saves old versions of things.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And if it doesn't know that something got changed, it'll give you the old version.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you can force that to throw away the old versions. It's called caching. If you click on, when you're in edit mode, if you click on the what is that little Drupal icon that looks like an 8 inside of a blue teardrop,
Oh.
top left,
Mm-hmm.
hover on that, and then there's something that says flush all caches.
Okay.
You can just click on that.
Should that be done on any kind of regular basis anyway?
You're not supposed to have to do that, but like I said, it's happened a few times where I made a change and the change didn't take effect for some reason. Then if you do that, then you'll see your change.
Okay.
So
That would be very good, because there are several instances I've bumped into where a document or a thing has something that's been linked, and it's hard to find out where it is, where it actually sits. And even if you change it, it'll go to that old link.
Yeah.
Even
So
if
it
you
doesn't
think-
hurt to, it doesn't hurt to do the flush all caches. So you might
Yeah, good.
Okay, well, we'll try that. And because I have other things that have been problematic, it's why I'm at this level of trying to narrow the problems. So before Jamie got overwhelmed and got sick, I had connected to him because Barry Field was on the Conservation Commission. We needed to add a name and we needed to take his off. I was able to add the name. And then when I went to take him off, it wouldn't come off. And so I don't do these things often enough to remember the whole 9 yards. And so I thought, what am I doing wrong? So I did it. I tried and that didn't work. So I contacted Jamie and he went on and he said, oh, yeah, it's broken. It's broken on the back end. So yeah, that's why you can't get it off, and I will look into it. And then that was pretty close to when everything went down. So, so we know there's at least some problems that are happening. I don't know how something breaks in the back end when I wasn't touching it. It wasn't me, but that there might be other things going on like that. I don't know. So that's one that's still there, and there's no way to get Barry off the list until we find somebody who can fix that part of the back end.
Okay.
When I go to, must be edit mode, or yeah, probably edit mode, there are Drupal updates that have not been installed or clicked on or whatever. I've never done that. I've always let him do that. I don't know if it's tricky. I don't know if it's going to cause any trouble, but there are two. So then I was wondering, well, maybe that's where the broken back end is. I don't know. What do you think?
Updates? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do those because if something does go wrong, I'd have no idea how to fix it. So.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay. So
have a repair. Yeah.
That would need some technical savvy before they venture in. And then I asked,
I'm just looking at this one second. You said Barry Field should not be on the Conservation Commission?
Right, he retired.
And you try to remove it. I'm just trying it to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I just went to remove and, oh yeah, he's still there. Interesting.
Yeah, since Jamie tried it while I was talking with him on the phone, I believe that there's some kind of basic problem, not don't know how to do it problem.
Yeah.
Back with the person list thing?
Yeah, I just wanted to try it. Okay.
Yeah.
Normally, I would go to the person's committee page. I'd go over to where the members are listed. Used to be I could click on a person there and it would bring up their contact card.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I could unpublish it. That's not happening. Something's not working that way.
Right.
Okay.
I tried to see if Grace would be able to take the dog license application and turn it into a fillable PDF so a person could fill it in, save it, and then email it to us, because quite a few people don't have printers. So printing it out, filling it in, and mailing it is one option. But if you don't have a printer, being able to begin to do fillable forms and email them to us seemed like the right direction to head in.
Yep.
And I somehow saw this as a very standalone operation, that there would be a link to it on our website, but it had nothing to do with the website. But somehow she feels there's some sort of security issue. And so I don't know if she's going about it in a way that has that framework, and there might be another framework we could use, how to get a fillable form on.
Yep.
But I don't want
The
to
other-
create a security problem.
If there's a security thing in the form, that's possible itself. But what you could do is scan a printed form to get a PDF, and then you can manipulate that PDF to be fillable.
Okay, there is a scan form on there, and so you're saying you can manipulate a PDF to be fillable. Do you
Yes.
have to have some special,
You have to have Adobe Pro DC, I think. I have
Nobody
it.
has that. Well, not many. How about make it even simpler and just have people email the information without even a form? So just list the
Oh.
stuff they need, and the esteemed town clerk can fill out the form for them.
that
Can
would
I
work.
can I get a physical copy from Town Hall?
Physical copy of what?
The
dog
license?
app? Yeah,
Or could you mail it?
yeah, or you could get it off of our town website.
Oh.
That's,
Let me work with that. Yep.
yeah, and so in fact, Fred, I was struggling with stuff in time for the newsletter, and I just wrote on the newsletter, if nothing has changed on for your dog, then you don't have to fill out a form. We'll just take the information and move it forward. And so we will probably be doing that some, but having people freelance the information, wouldn't it, I mean, they'd have to be looking at the form and figuring out what they have to send us.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
thinking, Fred? Just, they make a laundry list,
Yeah.
Yep.
but they would have to have something that prompts them.
Yep.
And I can't be, if I send them something, I could send them something with blanks in it. Is that what I could do?
No, I'm just saying, you could say, here, send me an email with this information, your name, your street address, your veterinarian, your phone number,
Okay.
dog's breed, you know.
Yeah.
So it is more work on the recipient's end, the town clerk's end, because you'd have to, you know, not everybody's going to do it exactly the same. Or you could, if you send them an email with, you know, blank spaces in it, they could reply and fill that out.
Okay.
I'm just
All
saying,
right.
yeah.
The
Then nobody
thing-
has to have anything special.
Right. The thing that my experience in the last month and a half has been is people are not reading information, and they're not, it's not easy for them to interact with information. So however is the simplest is where we're coming
Right.
down. So.
Let me see if I can make a fillable PDF out of this.
Okay.
The application itself is not a PDF, it's a doc.
The what is?
The application that's online
It's a dot?
is a doc.
Yeah, it's a Word
doc.
file.
It's a Word file.
Not
I
a-
didn't switch it over to PDF. Well, you
I-
could switch it over to PDF, right? You could save it as a
Yep.
PDF and move it along. Okay,
I'll do that.
all right. And then it will appear on our website, and people can be, it must already do that somewhere, because some people have sent us a form that they filled in. I don't know why some people knew how to do that and did, and other people, they have to download it and handwrite it. So anyways,
Well,
so yeah.
can I step back to, so Grace's problem with putting a form online was she had security concerns?
Yes, she did.
Did you
Now,
comment?
I gotta go back and talk to her, because I didn't see that coming, and so, and we have a lot of other things to talk about. So I could go back and say, how was it a security concern? There's nothing on that form that is not, people may choose, they might not want their information out there, but it's not illegal. I'm not asking them.
Right, but there's also, we have our email addresses are Google, and Google has a system where you can set up a form that people could submit, and it comes to you via email. So it's as secure as your email. So if that's what her concern is, there's a solution for that.
So now we have three possibles.
Yep.
Manipulate the Adobe form, into a PDF fillable, email the information. When we just send them an email, it says this is the list of information we need. And the third option is to use Google Forms. Is that right?
Fred, when you say Google Form,
Yep.
You would turn this Word doc into a Google form, literally a Google form?
Yeah, I would create a form with the same information.
Let me back up. Susie, when you said that Grace said the form had a security problem, I thought you meant that the form itself had a security lock on it. You couldn't change things. I misunderstood.
No, I don't think it meant that.
Well, not if it's a doc. Nope.
Right, you can see it as a doc. I don't know now what she meant. I really wanted her just to take this off my plate and go away. She's came back with questions that I don't know how to answer, and my concern is to get her to understand the mission and just accomplish the mission. So,
Yep.
I should probably, before you start on your project, Gail, I should probably either connect you two up or tell her, here's the three options. And that there's no like social security number or anything. It's just a doc. So
Yeah.
I think it shouldn't be worrisome that somehow the information gets written down and transmitted in a way that could be insecure or not secure enough. There's nothing.
Well, if I would, as a fillable PDF, they would download it, fill it in, and return it by email, right?
I think so. I don't, I go onto state websites and there are forms that I can fill out online.
Right. And Fred, is that what a Google form would do?
Sorry, I missed that.
If it were posted as a Google form, would they fill it out and it just simply be returned online?
Yeah, you would go to a web page, type in the information and press submit, and you're done. Let me see something.
Would that be easier than having somebody download a PDF, enter it, and email it?
It would be easier for me.
Yeah.
If I was doing it, I would think it'd be easier.
Yeah.
hang on a sec. Let's see. Send. Is there a, in this chat, is there in this Zoom thing, is there a way to post notes anywhere?
There's a share screen. Is that what you want?
Oh, here we go. Chat.
I think I disabled the chat, but I can re-able.
I just want to post you a link and you can click on it. So it's just, I just made a form just as an example.
Everyone publicly chat. I guess so. There we go.
Okay. So it's a big ugly link, but if you click that, you'll go to a Google form that I just used an example one they had and changed the title. And just to get an idea what it looks like. I didn't change anything except the title.
Oh, did you?
Oh, Gail, you won't be able to do that. Sorry.
I can't see it.
Did you?
Right.
I don't.
I can email it to you. What?
I can't stand this. So I click on chat and I don't get anything to come on my screen, or what? What am I supposed to do?
You don't see, I get a little window.
Chat and look for window. Oh, I do see it. It's over here on the sidebar. Okay, now I can click on this.
Gail, I just sent you an email with that.
Okay. License your dog. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's just
So there's a link and then it just sign in to continue. And
oh, you had to sign in?
my information says sign in to continue. To fill out this form, you must be signed in.
Oh.
Nope.
Identity will remain anonymous. Well, that won't be so good.
No.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's required. Let's see.
What I got is, I've invited you to fill out a form, license you to fill out the form. I press on that. Oh, it worked just a minute ago. I license it. Oh, that's nasty. So where it says fill out the form, you don't hit that. You hit license your dog. Oh, jeez. And there's the form.
When
Okay.
I did it, it gave me sent me to my Google account, which I have,
Okay, well, you can turn that off.
okay.
So I just changed that. So if you do it again, it shouldn't ask you to log in.
Okay. License your dog. Required. Your answer. Right there.
And this was just an
Yep.
example
Yeah.
they had. I didn't
Yeah.
change anything on it. So, but you can customize it however you want.
Right.
Just an
All
example
right.
of what's possible.
Okay. Right. And then when you submit it, do we know where it goes?
Well, this will go to my Gmail address because I created it. But if
Okay.
you log into Gmail like web@shutesbury.org, then or town clerk, it would go to
Okay.
town clerk.
Okay. All right. So that's a possible. And maybe that's the simplest one. I can
Yeah.
leave this page.
Yeah. So I think you need to ask Grace if if this is the kind of thing she had security issues with.
Yeah. Okay. I'll ask Grace on that. And she might need some coaching. I don't know. Let's see.
Then, and she would turn a Google form into she'd just make it look like or have all the information that's in the current dog
Yeah.
license.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. So I'm going to ask Grace and see if that'll work for her. And then if nothing else, we could put out an email list of please answer these questions and send it to us, and we'll do it.
How do people
So
pay, by the way?
do what?
They mail a check in?
Yeah. And we would
Oh, yeah.
mail the tags out.
Right. Okay.
So we've looked at a few problems. We figured out about the homepage and the summary, and we're going to see if we can fix that ourselves. We know that the back end is broken on changing names or changing our contact list.
By the way, on that, I tried something else with Barry. What was his last name?
Field.
Field. Instead of removing him from the committee, I deleted his contact card because that's all it said was Barry Field Conservation Commission, and that actually worked. So he's gone now.
How did you get to delete a contact card?
I went to his contact page. So I went to the content and searched for Barry. He's not there anymore, so. But, so once you get to a user's, what do they call it? Contact page,
Yeah.
where it has all their, you click edit, or there's view, edit, delete at the top. You can click delete there, or if you're editing it and it's listing the committee tags, all the way at the bottom, there's next to the save button, there's a delete link as well.
Okay.
So it's just deleting that contact from the system altogether,
Right.
which you don't want to do if they have other committee affiliations.
Right.
Right.
So
Those committee tags, by the way, don't go to the committee pages. They go to the taxonomy page.
yeah, that's the same problem we've always had.
Okay. I should have opened tabs so I could flip back and forth, but I don't want to do it right now. Okay, I'll see if I can follow that enough, but you're right, it doesn't work if there's somebody you want to just edit. Well, you could have edited.
Well, unless the problem only occurs when editing, trying to remove their only tag.
Right.
Which could be, I don't know.
Right. Okay. So if we solve that problem, we did it by having a meeting and discussing the problem. I have never felt very confident about the website because I've not learned it in a way that's logical. I just do it as needed. Grace is running for office, so she will need to learn things. We might be able to have her learn things more clearly than I did, but I think it would serve us better to have her trained. So instead of just wandering around in the website.
Mhm.
And I've been discouraging her from touching it right now because I can't back things up or change it around. So training Grace is probably the best, healthiest step in what we would do. The reason I wasn't trained is because it was kind of random what happened. Oh, this is the problem, that's the problem. I don't know what kind of way you'd go about training somebody to be able to respond to the problems. So when I was moving on to number 2, identify the expertise we have to manage the town website. I don't call what I have as expertise. And I'm saying that we would be well served to have Grace have more expertise. And how do you get that? What's the way to do that?
Yeah. I think right now Jamie's really the only one with expertise.
Uh-huh. There's front end and back end. Apparently somebody like Penny Jakes may have used Drupal. I don't know. I think she only used it from the front end, but that would be better than my hit or miss method. So that might be a way to get some support for Grace, is to find a user rather than a programmer.
Yeah, yeah. The gal who volunteered, Jill, who volunteered, and that I talked with some length, has that kind of expertise. And so she spotted a couple of things that she called cleanup that would be easy, she has said. Space issues on lists of names of committee members, for instance, Fred, I think I mentioned that to you. It's a Drupal setting, but she said it's easy to amend. And she said, you know, so I was asking her how to do particular things in Drupal. She said it depends on how it's set up. If she had admin access, she could go in and see what it was and then advise me accordingly. So she knows the structure, and as she says, she knows how to tell the programmer to do it, though she does not do the programming herself. But she has set up several Drupal sites for her clients. She's in the marketing business. She does not do the actual programming, but she knows what to tell a programmer to do to get it to work the way she wants it to work.
So she expressed interest in joining the committee?
Yes.
Well, let's sign her up. How do we do that?
Apparently, Amy sent out an invitation through Nextdoor Shutesbury some time ago asking, well, that basic appeal, any of you who know anything about Drupal, come, blah, blah, blah. So Jill is new in town and wants to become engaged. She doesn't have a lot of time, but she wants to get involved at some level, and this is something she knows. So
I think we should make a motion to ask Jill to join the committee and to send the recommendation to the select board. Their next meeting is next Tuesday.
Perfect.
So do we have a second?
Yes.
And
second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Aye, aye, aye. Okay.
Aye, aye.
I'll send that to,
Suppose I
Gail,
ask her.
you contact her and then tell me.
Okay.
In case she's gotten cold feet. Somehow Grace also interacted with her and knows that this is an interest. So we identified that this is a front-end person who has some expertise and could maybe help steer Grace.
Right.
And that would be good. I wondered if Willa Jarnigan, I don't know how to say her name. I think that's how you say it.
That's right.
Would consider being a consultant for hire for back-end Drupal problems.
Probably she would.
That's her piece, right? Back end Drupal.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Isn't she the one who designed it in the first place?
Um,
Initial one, not this revised one, not the updated one.
I believe so. I forgot what that first conversion was. Was that?
7?
7?
Yeah, I think she was doing that. Yeah.
So I want to just make sure we know somebody we could call. So
Yeah.
that's one way. We could also put out some kind of announcement. And it's kind of like a lawyer that you only need them when you need them.
On retainer.
Yeah.
Right.
Without the retainer.
Yeah. Well, so what's
Well,
your thinking?
if you're talking about for pay, I would assume that some people might be more available if there's money involved
Yeah.
for volunteering.
Mm-hmm.
Then based on what? Hourly wage for, I mean, how do you even go?
Most of those people probably have an hourly fee. And so we would just say, what's your fee? I guess I feel like I would want to know that we have somebody. And what does it take to have somebody? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yep.
Yeah, the problem is those hourly fees get very expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
$100 an hour, something like that. So at that point, before committing to that, I guess you're not committing to it, but at that point, when we start thinking about spending money, we would need to consider alternative platforms, I think.
What do you mean?
Instead of Drupal?
Right. We have this MyTown government, which is a service that's very cheap, in other words, free. But there's other town website services that would be much cheaper than hiring an hourly consultant.
But that would have to be set up de novo.
Yep.
Who would do that?
Volunteers, not me, but somebody.
Oh, wow.
It's just an item that we need to think about. I'm not saying we have to do it.
Right. So there's lots of ways to head towards this, different paths. One would be to find out if Will is interested in being the on-call fixer. Another is to look for a different.
And first, if she would volunteer for that, or if she needs to be paid.
Yeah. Yeah. And then another one is to find a different website company and set up a new one. Another one is to put the word out in the community, asking for a back end. So like Stephen Grettenberg, I wondered if we should drag him up. He moved away, but would he be interested in doing it as a for hire? And we didn't really get to see what he can do. And we don't know if he'd be interested, but I was just trying to think of who we knew, if we knew anybody else.
I must say, as little as I saw of him, he did not express a whole lot of enthusiasm for our town website, our interest.
I think he wasn't a committee player, but I think he might be a computer jockey.
A different point. Good. Yep.
But I guess I'm feeling that we really can't just use up volunteers. We know that there could be some major renovations to this Drupal one, but we wouldn't sort of hire somebody to do that until we were fully ready to commit to something like that. So this would be just a fix-it person.
Right. Well, will it be a good one if she'd be willing?
I think that in the general world of computer stuff, most people are pretty busy because that didn't stop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And given the current times, the demands on web and electronic stuff has got to be high level at this point.
Yeah.
But this wouldn't be time consuming as so much as just, you know, if it's on call,
Right.
it's at this moment, can you do jump?
Right.
It's not like you have to spend a lot of time at any one chunk.
Right. Right. When I had a list of problems, I have not been poking around on our website. I used to run into broken pages, pages not found or whatever. I haven't been out there to see. I kind of go down a narrow path of what I want it to do, and that's been working up till today when I couldn't figure out something.
Not looking for trouble, huh?
Do what?
Not looking for trouble, huh?
No. Has anybody else run into things coming up?
I haven't used it, so I haven't had any problems.
We've been pushing people to use it, so people like Diane Jacoby will tell us when she finds something out of date or whatever. Anything else? Gail, did you find any broken things?
Well, no, but since I've talked with you all about my mission, I've come to do some investigating of Drupal and particularly how this website is put together. And this website has been constructed in order not to do the things I want to do. So I'm backing off of my project.
Okay.
Tags is one place to start, and that is a part of the structure, and it's not a mistake. So the whole thing that I turned out as investigation, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, oh my God, these end up on taxonomy pages, and here are these things that don't work. It was built that way. That was the intent. That wasn't a misfire of the system. Oh, I get it now.
Right. So understanding the structure that's there is a good place to start, whether we change it or maybe somebody that uses it a lot would have an understanding. I don't know.
Well, this is devised these things for Diane. To get from here to there, you do these three things. So, but this might be something that Jill might have an eye on too. Because one of the things that she said is once she gets in, she can see the structure and then tell me how to make this thing that I was doing.
So inviting her in at this point might be just for her to learn what's there, but not make changes, because obviously we're a committee. We have to understand it together and decide changes together. But she could maybe be the bridge between what is and what you've been talking about.
Right. And the kind of things
talking
about that she saw as easy tidy up is that all the tabs across the top of information, etc., that word is repeated on the menu. It doesn't need to be. Okay, there's an easy way to do that, to take that off.
Right.
There's an easy way to wipe out all the blank space between names of committee members. Okay. And if she could teach me how to do that, teach Grace how to do whatever.
I thought Jamie said there was a reason that when you click on people, the first word down is people. I thought there was a structural reason for that.
Well, it seemed like something that could be fixed, though. I don't know.
Okay.
Jill refers to that as cosmetic, not structural. So I will correspond with her and get her to express her willingness again, and then get back to you, Susie, with yes, she's. And then you'll submit.
I'll take it to the select board.
Okay.
Get her appointed, and then we'll sort of venture carefully forward.
and ask her, as a member of the committee, one of the first things we'd like is to have her just go in and get familiar with the website.
Yeah, and so we'll give her, so Fred, do you know how to give somebody administrative privileges?
On the website?
Access, yeah.
Not off the top of my head, but it should be doable.
Okay,
Yeah, so we'd add a login for her, add a user,
Yep.
and assign her there's different, they call them roles. They could be administrator,
yeah,
super user.
yeah.
I'm not sure what the differences are, but yeah, I know how to do that.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Okay.
Good. I think we have a path here.
Yep.
And I don't know that we need to go any further until we,
See what we got.
and the one other piece I might do is just talk to Willa and see if she'd be willing and able to be the fixer, and what would she need to be able to do that.
Yeah, work, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. And then I think we have,
And I'll keep my chicken hands off the main page.
well, but it's not only you, although I don't know that anybody else has access to that. And there used to be a system of committees asking us, and we saying, well, tell us what the text is and we'll put it on your page. And eventually some people can put it on their own page, but somehow, well, the home page is a different kind of page. And I've run into the idea that when I put information on the home page, I use news and updates, and that pushes everything else down in time, so you have to look farther down the page.
Yep.
And unfortunately, every friggin' week, there's something new and important that needs to be on that page. So it is harder on a regular committee page. They can add paragraphs here and there, and they can have headings that stand out, and it's easier to flow it down. I don't know. I find the homepage a little bit
Cumbersome?
discombobulated. And there's no way to organize it. Each one comes in as a news item, and it pushes the other news items down the page.
Right, that's the only way it's set up.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
so if we ever ended up changing something, I would think there might be a way to change that one.
Yep.
Jamie
So-
worked on the COVID box at the bar and the page on Board of Health. I think that's the last stuff he really did. And I asked Catherine if we are going to need to be prepared to fix something there or change it, and she said no. But of course, that was yesterday. Things are changing awfully fast.
Yeah. The trash bag update, the roundabout way is that Merrill came to me and said that Becky had put some language on the home page and that it did not have the May 1st date. And Merrill thought it important to have the home page and also to have a place to that was linked to the document. So that's why I put those.
Yeah, I didn't doubt that there was a purpose to it, and the whole communication thing is like we didn't find out that the date had been changed to May 1st until later, until it was already part of the newsletter, which hasn't actually come out. So people communicating back and forth is important, and it doesn't always happen. It's okay if it shows up, but
it should concern you. It shouldn't be around you. I mean, you should handle the communication.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that was sort of the same thing about the way minutes get posted, is that, there's things people see, but there's other things that are related and they don't see, or they don't see as a whole. So it's becoming easier for me just to say, I will do these tasks, just give me that. But it's also important that each committee be able to edit their page the way they want it to look and be. So, so I'm not arguing about it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say, these are the tasks and these are the people who will do them, and be available to do them, and be in communication with them. So that's what I think.
Very straightforward. I like it.
Okay.
The way the minutes are posted on the committee pages with the 3 dates and then more.
Yeah.
That is a superb feature.
Yeah.
And that's the one I wanted Jill to teach me how to do, because I would do that for the newsletter and have the whole search thing for the newsletters instead of the way it is now where it's all over the place. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's sidebar.
Yeah, because there's no page just for the newsletter, right?
Oh, there is a newsletter page.
Yeah, that's right.
It
Yeah, and
doesn't
so
do
some
anything.
things, that's the kind of stuff that I learned on the fly, and it's not coherent, and that probably doesn't happen the same way twice.
Yep.
So that's a problem, and we can address that at some future time when we have more control over how things happen in the back end.
Well, and happen consistently across the website. That's a large part, it seems to me. Problem. Things are referred to differently. Titles are different depending on what page you find it on.
Yeah.
And things are posted different ways.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not just that you learn things by hopscotch. There's not been a consistent. I mean, that's part of the peril of doing things by committee. Okay. Right. But without rules of the road, anyway.
Well, now I remember one other thing is that when Michael DiChiara was at the CPC meeting, they talked about some stuff that should probably go up on the web, and then that led him to thinking about some bigger ideas of information that should be on there, and he volunteered to do it. But right now I'm saying, no, don't touch that. And
really?
We'll figure out what we can accommodate. But I can't remember, I should have written it down, what all he wanted, but it was a lot. He's always wanted the financial page, and as we were coming towards the April 25th, I was getting PDFs to put up on that page, but he's expanded some of the things he wants, and I didn't even look there because I don't have time right now to adventure a new page. And right now, I don't think we have a way of setting up a new page. I don't know if we want to do that. I think he wanted to call it something about town meeting.
Yep.
Because the planning board has some bylaws they're floating, and CPC has some projects, and so he was seeing a new page, and I don't know if we have the wherewithal to set up a new page.
He also made the statement that the town meeting pages are very clearly sorted, one for each year by day. That's not true.
Uh-huh.
You can't just go through a list by year.
Yeah.
Find them. So, yeah. And there again, they're differently referred to. Town meeting, ATM, annual TMTG.
Right.
So, yep. Is this the kind of housekeeping you've been talking about for over a year, Susie?
Well, I think I'm responsible for a lot of that inconsistency because I didn't learn how to do it ahead of time.
Yeah, if you weren't given any direction or any, here's how you title this, here's how you link it,
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that all has to be cleaned up. I mean, sometimes people will tell me it's not there, and as much as the tagging and taxonomy might be a problem, I use the search bar to find things, and I do find them that way.
Yep.
That's the whole point of that search, and that's how things got set up. But training the public to even go to the homepage has been impossible. I mean, people have been asking about trash bag problems for a month and a half, and it's on the web page. Nope, they're not going there to the website. Even one person said, well, I looked at that, but I just wanted to check. It's like, really? I don't have time for this. So it's not about even the system. It's about the way humans are dealing, especially under a stressful situation. They just want you to hold their hand. And it's like, nah, I can't do that.
No, not in your job description.
Well, so today somebody tried to deliver their tax bill. And we said, nope, it's got to come in with a stamp. Yeah, I'm here. So shit, it's you. And I didn't have a mask. They just, that's
Oh,
the way people
oh,
deal.
man.
And we have to say, no, it's not going to be that way. So just saying, go to the website. We're saying it a zillion times in the newsletter that's coming out, electronically. And then, you know, town announce and all that. So
Wow.
just, I don't know how to help that process move forward. Some people are going to have to move forward just because this is a pandemic and that's how information is coming to you. It's
Yep.
not going to be different.
Ironically, yep. Yep.
All right. Do we have anything else to add to this? I didn't bring the minutes from last time. And
You want to vote for approval?
want to do what?
A vote to approve them?
I don't have them.
No, I mean, can we just,
Well, no, I think we should see what they are. I have no idea what they are.
okay.
So
That was a long time ago.
it was, and I'm just sort of in the moment. I didn't even think about the past.
Okay.
Okay, so then we'll have 4 people and a quorum will be 3. No,
Okay.
we'll have 5 people. I mean, Jamie, I don't know what his role will be. 3, 4, 5. So a quorum will be 3. And we pulled it off today.
Very good.
All right. Should I end this meeting?
Sounds
This
good.
has been very productive. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.